Welcome to BooTube, Buu Beans. Thanks for tuning in. Today we have a special reaction video because this battle made another Dragon Ball Z battle. So excited. Bardock is such a cool character and gets such little attention. And today he's fighting Omni-man. Buu also a pretty big fan of Invincible. And this episode's probably going to be pretty violent and long. Apparently, look at that, 21 minutes. So yeah, sit down, get comfortable, and let's get ready to watch somebody get really bloody and disfigured, okay? Subscribe to Death Battle!
Omni-man versus Bardock.
The ostracized Viltrumite and the doomed Saiyan.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh, they made it look good. Boo excited.
Omni-man, Earth's once greatest hero. Alongside the Guardians of the Globe, he protected the world from all manner of threats. And then, in a single day, it all went horribly wrong.
Why,
He just started
Omni-Man?
killing everybody.
How Omni-man? Who Omni-man?
Who indeed? Champion of Earth, best-selling author J.K. Simmons, yet it was all a charade, with his murderous rampage only brought to a halt thanks to his own son.
It all starts with his home planet, Viltrum, which I hear is a totally lovely utopia.
Through brutal
Not.
mortal combat.
With a K! Or, wait, no, that
No,
comes
no,
later.
no, no, not K.
Viltrumites are
That's
among the
copyright
most
infringement.
powerful beings in the universe. Even more so after they purged the weaker members of their species.
He's old.
As a vanguard of the Viltrumite Empire,
And heavy.
Omni-Man
Look at that.
infiltrated Earth as Nolan Grayson, expected to prepare the planet for Imperial assimilation.
Which
He likes
should've been
bugs.
Easy, since he's got your classic strongman superpowers and he's basically invulnerable, easily knocking around asteroids the size of Texas.
He can fly at unbelievable speeds, soaring from Earth to the
Who
planet
can believe
Thraxa
his
in
speeds?
under 1 week. Thraxa is, quote, a couple galaxies away, give or take, so a minimum of 2 galaxies. Beyond the Milky Way's neighbor Andromeda is the lesser-known Triangulum Galaxy, which is over 2.7 million light-years away.
Blah, blah,
Reaching
blah.
it in under 1 week means Omni-Man must have flown over 142 million times faster than light.
All right,
And
he's fast.
Viltrumites
Cool.
can't breathe in space, so he held his breath the whole way. And it's not like he was in a rush. He was on a soul-searching trip, contemplating the significance of smashing his own son's face in. Think, Nolan, think.
Yeah, this is why I'm never having kids.
You're missing out. But according to another Viltrumite, Thetis, a bunch of other Viltrumites who actually were in a hurry flew to Viltrum across the Virgo supercluster in less than 24
What an ugly
hours.
art.
That's over 20 billion times faster than light.
They don't really need to rush anyway. The older a Viltrumite gets, the slower they age.
According to the Invincible Handbook, Nolan is over 2,000 years old. And regardless of age, Viltrumites don't suffer muscle fatigue like humans do, so they rarely ever tire out.
Seriously? He's got parenting easy mode on, and he couldn't even handle that. I would have killed for that back when my daughter was born.
Well, you would have to be a Viltrumite first. A Viltrumite's body contains smart atoms, which they subconsciously manipulate.
So
This cellular
much
structure
talkity,
can effectively
talkity.
recall certain states of being regardless of their present environment, reacting to changes at an atomic level to perform the impossible.
Yeah, like surviving your intestines getting ripped out, or even more scary, ripping out your whole beard all at once. Ugh, only a Viltrumite could pull off something that disturbing.
Nolan is incredibly
that
tough,
looked like-
but
that was
if he
awful.
faces superior forces, his
It's like
smart
pulling out
atoms
all your
can
nose
adjust
hairs
to
at
make
once.
him even stronger by comparison. This is why Viltrumites are considered invincible.
Most weapons in the universe can't even scratch a Viltrumite like him.
Even a ship's cannon like this one can't take down a Viltrumite, and it obliterated a massive solar disk nearly half the size of a star.
Speaking of
All right.
planets, he's strong enough to shatter one by flying straight through it. A planet so big it has a whole ring around it.
The Roche limit factor dictates the size a celestial body must
They're
be in
talking
order to
so
disperse
much.
orbiting
It makes
material
Boo
as a
feel
ring.
like they're gonna
In
explain
short,
all
an
this
Earth-sized
just to
planet
make you
can't
be like,
support
surprise,
such a
Bardock
meaning
is
this one
stronger
must be
because
much
Saiyans
larger.
break
And
all the
don't get me
rules.
started on how the ring is actually made up of dead bodies because, spoilers? Just go read the comic.
If Roche isn't
just
doing
read
it
the
for
comic,
you,
just
this
read the
planet
comic.
also supports 5 moons in its orbit, and even the smallest is a perfect sphere, meaning its own gravity shaped it. At minimum, a moon like that must have a diameter of 600 kilometers, or 370 miles. Comparing this to the planet's diameter, we can tell this world is nearly 14 times larger than Earth.
Or
All right.
it was
Why is that
before,
important?
You know, kablam.
Now, Omni-man does have his weaknesses. Monsters like Ragnar's can pierce Viltrumite flesh, and he's extremely sensitive to a specific high-pitch frequency, which can destabilize his body's equilibrium.
But his real weakness turned out to be, you guessed it, fatherhood. Thanks to his son Mark, Nolan began to re-examine his perspective and his place in the universe. He settled down in a new place, got himself a new job, and even had a new kid with his new wife, who's a bug. The bug lady.
That's
He
okay.
banged a bug.
We do not
Why?
judge
Omni-Man?
interspecies relationships.
How? Omni-man?
Hey, everyone deals with parenting stress in their own way. When Nolan was lecturing to Mark about how insignificant people are, Mark wasn't the only one he was trying to convince, if you catch my drift.
Nolan Grayson's real mission isn't planetary conquest or saving the innocent. It's to discover if a violent man who can break the world can also be a good father.
Godspeed, Omni-man.
In the far reaches of the cosmos laid a world with a people like no other.
Oh yeah,
born
here we
and
go.
raised to do just one thing. Fight.
Beat up Cybermen.
Saiyans,
What?
a
Oh,
proud
sorry.
warrior people from the planet Vegeta, ruled by, King Vegeta. Well, narcissist punch.
Exactly.
That's
The
normal.
five
Kings are
blinded
always
them to
like
the
that.
truth of their impending doom. But perhaps one Saiyan
Who would really
represented the
like to
best
meet
of them,
more
even
Saiyans
during
that
their
have
reign
not
of
encountered
glory.
Earth?
Bardock. He's cool, he's crude, he's got a bad attitude, and if he goes apeshit, you're totally screwed. And guess what? He's father of Goku.
Oh wow, I never would have guessed.
Right? What a curveball.
So what does that make Turles?
Who?
Bardock was a cold-blooded killer.
It's like his twin or
ruthlessly
something.
conquering
Just don't
planets
talk
in
about it.
service to the Saiyans' true overseer, Lord Frieza.
They didn't just conquer planets, they wiped out every living thing, leaving Frieza uninhabited rocks to sell away. Bardock was an asshole. Well, until he wasn't.
Bardock's story has evolved over the years, with multiple iterations.
Yeah,
of drama.
bandana. Let's go.
Including one where he's a brilliant scientist.
But only one is considered officially canon. Bardock's demeanor began to shift when he met and eventually married fellow warrior Gine, and had 2 sons, Raditz and Kakarot.
No, Bardock didn't go totally soft. He was still a ruthless warrior. You know that iconic red headband of his? It's stained with the blood of his fallen friends.
Aw.
Hardcore.
Bardock could fly, move faster than light, and was naturally adept in using his ki as an explosive weapon.
AKA shooting lasers from his hands. True to his brutal screw you nature, Bardock's moves are all about overwhelming power. His final spirit cannon is like a ki-powered bazooka. His rebellion hammer punch ignites enemies on contact, and his rebellion spear basically turns him into a supercharged battering ram. The guy has
Looks
no
pretty
chill.
cool.
He will run you over, break your
Oh,
spine,
the
light
leprechaun.
you on fire,
That
and
should
then
not be
move
on this
to the
channel.
next guy. All in a day's work for a Saiyan.
Marriage didn't change that. While Bardock cared for Gine, in fact being one of few Saiyans of his time to actually have a romantic partner, he was still no family man. Like most Saiyans, he saw his sons as nothing more than future soldiers.
Bardock was a low-class warrior, so it was unlikely his kids would grow up to be anything more than battlefield fodder.
But they would still possess the Saiyans' power, a transformation that was the key to their planetary devastation.
Big Monkey!
Monkey, monkey, monkey,
Under the
monkey!
light of a full moon, a Saiyan with a tail manifests the Uzaru.
This great ape form increases Bardock's power tenfold, turning him into an unstoppable kaiju. Quick, someone
Big
call
monkey
the
smash!
While some Saiyans can maintain control over this berserker form, low-class warriors like Bardock don't receive the same level of training as those of higher birth. Prince Vegeta's control is so precise he can speak while changed, but Bardock cannot.
Hell, it's questionable if he even remembers everything that happens when he goes full tilt gorilla. The Saiyan strategy is pretty much just...
Yeah, when
monkey
Goku
see,
transformed,
monkey
he just
smash.
forgot
Despite
everything
being
and didn't even know he
low-class,
transformed.
Bardock's power level nearly matched that of King Vegeta, who could destroy multiple planets at once. At about this time, King Vegeta's power level was around 10,000.
Yeah, we know power levels are kinda janky. Nobody can agree on what the number really means.
Outside of his fight with Gas, Bardock doesn't really show any high-end feats in canon. but we can use power levels to compare him to other characters with similar levels to better understand his potential.
Like when his son fought Prince Vegeta. What's the scouter say about his power level? It's over 8,000. Yeah, the dub changed it to fit Vegeta's lip flaps, but we only cover the cold hard truth, damn it.
According to this movie pamphlet, Goku's power level between his fight with Vegeta and his trip to Namek was 10,000. This lines up with that previous reading and puts him on par with Bardock. Goku's training during the trip eventually raised him to 90,000 upon arrival, but this gives us a clear window.
Yeah, early in the trip, he had to dodge a bunch of incoming asteroids and blast his ship away from a star, which is impressive considering the speed involved.
The planet Namek is outside Earth's quadrant of the universe, and it took his ship 6 days to make the journey. Traveling a quarter of the universe's diameter would put the ship over 9.5 trillion times the speed of light.
And Goku would have had to keep up with that kind of speed to do all that other stuff.
Makes sense, given far weaker characters could reach the moon in a fraction of a second. Should be trivial enough for Bardock.
All this speed and power meant when Bardock and his team assaulted the planet Cereal, they went, cheerio!
Bardock
The planet was actually
the
called
planet,
Cereal?
annihilating its people.
Sounds yummy.
Until he found 2 survivors, a mother and her child. Some may call it weakness, others a moment of clarity. But Bardock was suddenly reminded of his wife and recently born son. He chose to spare the 2, and even pushed himself far past his limits to protect them from his own Frieza Force allies, who taunted that Frieza had dire plans for the Saiyans' future.
This moment changed Bardock, making him more appreciative of his family.
Who
and
need to read
cautious
this
of
story? I've
Frieza.
never heard of
When
this
all
before.
The Saiyans were called back to planet Vegeta for mysterious reasons. He had a hunch something was up. So, before his final stand, smashing through hundreds of soldiers before coming face to face with the tyrant, he sent his youngest kid away for protection. A choice that allowed his son to thrive. And hey, that's what good parents do.
A choice that would have a greater significance than Bardock could ever imagine.
And then Dildo Dickhead blew them all up and he died. Or did he? Bardock got killed so freaking hard he got blasted back in time.
Actually, he was pulled away by these 2 who miscalculated and misplaced him incorrectly in the time stream.
Blah, 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 non-canon, whatever. He survived. And when he realized what happened, he got so unbelievably pissed off, he went Super Saiyan. What?
Alright, this is very much an alternate universe what-if scenario, and it is jarring. But think about it. The Super Saiyan form is not achieved through training alone. It requires dedication, introspection, victory, failure, love, and loss. Frieza destroyed the Saiyans because he feared the possibility of the Super Saiyan, a Saiyan with power that could rival his own. But perhaps Bardock's transformation was more than simply a what-if. He had begun to take the very steps his son later would to achieve the form. Perhaps if Frieza had hesitated, even for a moment, his fear would have manifested before him right then and there.
Damn, pour one out for Bardock, who figured out how to be the truest Saiyan right at the end of it all. I know Kakarot would be proud.
When you put it that way, that story's actually
Shout out
pretty
to
cool.
everyone who believed in us during our recent crowdfunding.
And joining you in that support is the first ever sponsor for an independent death metal episode, Manscaped.
Manscaped's newest masterpiece is the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra in forged gold. Talk about a fancy name.
This special edition trimmer is the perfect tool for the golden era of hair grooming, where precision, luxury, and performance meet. There's limited quantities available, so you need to pick one up soon.
If you're anything like me, your scruff grows all over the place way too fast. Or maybe you get that itchy scraggle Wiz has.
Yeah.
Either way, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra Gold
Okay, that
comes
was
with
funny.
2 blades for any occasion, a trimmer and a foil. And look at it. It's
It's
so
pretty cool
slick.
looking.
Waterproof, of
That's a
course,
nice
and the
looking
new
razor.
LED light illuminates even the trickiest spots, while adding a touch of elegance to your routine.
Join the 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped for all their grooming needs. Get the special edition Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra in forged gold.
Unfortunately
while
for
supplies
Boo,
last.
Boo's
Get
body doesn't
20%
grow
off
any
plus
hair
free
anywhere,
shipping
so
with
this
the
is
code
completely
DEATHBATTLE
useless.
At manscaped.com.
Next!
That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code DEATHBATTLE at manscaped.com.
Thanks to Manscaped for helping our fans and members support the channel. Seriously, show them some love by clicking the link below.
All right, the
Here we
combatants
go.
are
Time
set.
for the
Move on to
battle.
Day
Boo's
of
so
Raw
ready.
Possibilities.
It's gonna be all 3D and stuff. Look at him dance! What is this, Viltrum? Where is this place?
Great. another gross bug planet.
Oh, okay. It's the bug world.
This planet isn't anyone's to conquer.
Don't underestimate me!
Nice! The voice acting is not bad.
Just like my son, sticking his nose in places he's not ready for.
My sons would kick his ass!
Oh, it's gonna be hard to get out now.
Whatever you are, you're an embarrassment.
Ooh, the moon! Somebody's about to be embarrassed, but it's not Bardock.
Wait till you see the real power of a Saiyan.
Return to monkey.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
He's a fire in his laser! If you get that, you're as old as Buu. Ooh! Ripped it right off! Beat him with the giant tail!
No. My sons need me. I won't let you take me from my world.
Yo! Let's go! Nice, nice.
Your time is up! Saiyan!
Ooh, oh, ow! Oh, the ouch! Wow! He's not getting that arm back.
Saiyan. Remember it.
KO! Okay, these Gokus have got to stop picking fights with guys in capes.
Pitting Saiyan against Viltrumite is fascinating. Among the many similarities, 5 specific categories stand out.
Starting with speed. Bardock is much faster, given his power level matched Goku dodging asteroids at 9.5 trillion times light speed, much higher than the Viltrumite's fastest speed. Add on the 50 times multiplier from Super Saiyan, and it's a huge difference.
Right, Bardock clearly has the speed advantage, but strength and durability are another story.
It doesn't seem like it at first. Bardock scales to King Veggie, who wrecked 3 planets at once, and Omni-Man only smashed 1. But given how big that one planet was, the numbers are actually pretty similar. Until we factor in the Super Saiyan boost, right?
Well, there's a catch. A major plot point in Invincible involves the coalition of planets admitting that their weapons cannot hurt Viltrumites.
So, when their ship's cannon obliterated this gigantic solar disk, it highlighted just how tough the Viltrumites really are.
This disk completely blocked the sunlight and heat between a planet and its star. And this is no ordinary planet. Its size and density are so high that its inhabitants are as strong as Viltrumites just due to living in its its natural gravity. To fully block the light to such a planet and remain in consistent orbit, the disk would need to be positioned at its L1 point, the spot that creates an uninterrupted view between sun and satellite.
Okay,
And the
sciencey
disk
science
itself
talk.
must be about half the diameter of the star in question. This means the scaling of the disk puts it at 3 septillion tons.
That's 24 zeros.
Which makes Omni-Man over 11,000 times stronger than base Bardock.
Not even the Great Ape or Super Saiyan forms could make up that difference. So strength goes to Nolan.
Still, numbers
Makes
aren't
sense.
everything. As far as versatility in combat goes, neither had one distinct advantage that could win outright.
Omni-Man survives in space for much longer, but Bardock barely squeaks out the edge here thanks to his ranged versatility with key attacks and, of course, Super Saiyan.
Okay, let's address the Super Saiyan Bardock thing. It's perfectly fair to question whether or not the form should be in this comparison at all. However, even with the form included, Nolan still takes this, especially when it comes to our last two categories, experience and stamina.
Yeah.
Omni-Man's
No
been
way.
around a lot longer than Bardock, over 2,000 years, and even with Super Saiyan, Bardock's no master of the form.
And without that mastery, the form drains the user's energies at an increased rate. Which brings us to what may be Omni-Man's most surprising advantage.
Those weird smart atoms.
Saiyans like Bardock can fight for days on end, but only for so long. Bardock possesses a limited pool of ki, which only depletes faster when using super forms like the Great Ape. In contrast, Omni-Man's biology prevents him from tiring in most cases, letting him travel across whole galaxies for weeks non-stop. And his smart atoms adjust to counter whatever physical strain he's subjected to.
Bardock's crazy speed and power made him a real challenge.
But Nolan's strength, experience, and sheer endurance presented an unstoppable and unshakable force that would inevitably land the killing blow.
When push came to shove, Omni-Man raised the Bardock.
The winner is Omni-Man.
Very painful.
Next time.
Okay, guys. That was a great video. Buu didn't really have a major investment in one way or the other. But it's not surprising that Bardock lost to Omni-Man. We're talking about somebody who's supposed to be a different franchise's Superman. What happens when Goku fights Superman? Dragon Ball fans are unhappy. Every single time. Without exception. So, Bardock against Omni-Man is basically going to turn out the same way because Bardock isn't even as strong as Goku. If you want to say that Goku could beat Omni-Man, maybe you're right. Maybe they'll do that someday. But probably the reason why they compared these two is because Omni-Man actually has a chance against Bardock and not against Goku. But anyway, this was a great video. The animation was great. Buu was expecting them to do some kind of play on the granola story where Bardock spared his family and see Omni-Man's family, and they didn't do that. They just made reference to Bardock's family, but it was still really good. Leave a comment below what was your favorite part of this video and whether or not you think Bardock should have won, because if you're a Dragon Ball fan, you probably think Bardock won. So, thanks for watching, and Buu will see you next time, Buu Beans. Bye-bye!